Okay, so we pressed the wrong button there. I'm going to see if I can splice these together. It is now 6:57. We're on our way out the door. We're going to turn off the little lanterns. I have a theme that emerged just as I was moving into this apartment. It's the American theme, and it put me, I noticed it. The universe does this with me sometimes. Good morning. Certain patterns of things will just start to show up. I have a chair here, a folding chair here with the American flag. And of course, we got American flag here on the door, which all these things came to me. I found them. And so I took it and I explored within myself. Well, what does it mean to be an American? What to me, what is my personal version of that? And what is my form of patriotism? I remember saying the Pledge of Allegiance and singing the songs when I was in school. And to me, it's about the civics of being born in this country. I know that no place on this planet is perfect. Nothing that has been created by human beings. Good morning, fellow humans. Beautiful morning out again. Looks like we're going to get the same temperatures as yesterday, and it's going to be another out day. Could mean a lot of videos. We had tubby time this morning, but no recording. That needed to be private because these November personal revelations are flowing in. So wrap up the patriotism thing, and the being American is just to be true to the core values of our nation, our country, to maybe be alive and find a way to not own responsibility for what was done in the past, but maybe be the ones who actually heal it, not just help heal it, but heal it, that we all come together and agree, what can we do for the native populations, what's left of them. They've been decimated. Some people estimate that it's been up to 100 million Native Americans that were not just slaughtered by the white man, but the Spaniards. The Spaniards, the French, the Dutch, the British, they all, in their own way, shape, or form, and then brought in the Africans. So, oh, bunnies here. I don't know if this is Yuki, but lots of bunnies in the neighborhood because of the nunnery over here. And all the loud vehicles are out in the morning. I think it's because people have been through the Demic plan and Demic scam and don't have money, that there's more people that are unable to make vehicle repairs. One day, not too far off in the distant future, we'll have free energy devices that can be inserted into any vehicle that don't require charging or anything like that. They just go. Tesla spoke of it. It does exist, and the truth of how it works. I don't want to call it technology because even our physical body, our meat suit, it's a form of technology. Yeah. Good morning. And yeah, everyone's been made afraid of their own shadow. So, yes, we're going over to the track. Going to walk around the track. So, yeah. Free energy devices that are insertable to every device that takes a some form of needing some sort of fuel, whether batteries or petroleum-based or solar or whatever. Solar's not the solution, folks. It's not. It's under the current system, it's not even a transition, because they're starting now, finally people are starting to say, well, what happens to all the solar panels that Californian citizens were talked into purchasing 25 years ago that are now reaching the end of their useful life? And Where do they go? Are these things recycled? Are they recyclable? What happens to them? Do they go in garbage dumps? And there's minerals and things that are used to create these solar panels. And if they're left to in a garbage dump, do they become toxic? Does it infect the environment, pollute the environment? And what will that do to the rest of the biosphere, the plant life, the animals, and ultimately us? And so, brilliant geniuses with all the solar. And what happens with all the batteries that are going in these Tesla vehicles and all these other EVs? No one's talking about that. No one's thinking that far out. I remember back in the day in 2008, I was dating a man who was an engineer. And never judge a book by its cover, folks. He ended up being a mind fucker. Got out of that after 9 months. But I remember we were discussing the early battles in California over same-sex marriage. And he did say something brilliant at the time. He says, I don't understand why our fellow brothers and sisters who want to marry each other are going after and just need to have the same legal framework, the same laws that apply to heterosexual couples. And even heterosexual couples that were mixed races couldn't even apply for the legal framework, which is all made up stuff. It's all fake. You have your relationship or whatever under God, and you can write contracts within any legal framework to take care of everything else, what happens upon death and this, that, and the other. But at any rate, he did say, why are we not just proposing? I love the word proposing. I had a vision this morning of being proposed to, first time in my life. I'll tell you about that later. He said, why can't we just present to the legal system, our states and federal government, a format called same-sex marriage, and write a set of laws that are better than the structures that exist today, that take care of things that are not cared for properly, which left, in times past, left women, for example, without any recourse and any financial recourse when men would exit the legal marriage. You know, of course, those things have improved. And so that caused me to ask the question, okay, so folks, we're going to get same-sex marriage. We're going to fight for that. We're going to go get that. What about same-sex divorce? Is anybody thinking about that? And it's so funny because the ex right now got himself involved with a man 4 years younger than him who's exiting a same-sex legal marriage. And there's apparently all kinds of financial complications because they commingled their financial affairs. And apparently they had a little bit more in terms of financial resources and real estate resources and other material things, automobiles and things like that, that make it much more complex. So good luck with all that, fellas. I'm not wishing that anything negative on the dude who my ex chose to go to because he has these material things. So basically, I'm left being worthless because there have been so many epiphanies this morning, and we'll get to that. So the same-sex marriage thing, just marriage in general. You pick what natural gender, male or female, you are drawn to and you vision a life with, and you go for that. And if you find that you thought you were going for the opposite sex and you realize it's unfulfilling, which I never had to do that. I knew always, since I was 5 years old, that I wanted to be a man, be with a man. There's never been any question in my mind. It's been just unsafe throughout my life, especially with my female parental unit. Don't do anything to bring any shame upon me. Don't do anything to bring attention that I don't want to deal with to me and our family. My children are the cleanest ones on the block. And I won't have it any other way. I'll even beat my children if they don't maintain their cleanliness, physical and otherwise. So, but at any rate, that's not even religious. That's just some sick old German. You're not a good person unless you're clean. You're not sauber, as they say, sauber. You know, oh, that's was ein sauberer Mann. Yeah, clean guy who cheated on your sister behind his back every time he traveled out of the country. There you go. There you go. That's good. Yeah. So we're at the track. We have a clear sky. The planes are flying. And we're going to take a couple of laps here. It's 45 degrees again this morning. Still dew in the grass. Leaves are coming down. Nice and gently, nice and slow. Getting my wish, my dream come true about the autumn. And so 2nd of November, this November energy, what I'm realizing is yesterday at the end of the day, the words came to me. I release you and this situation fully and completely, knowing that you have become a finer person because of your time with me, because of our time together. And so those are the words that I'm going to deliver kindly and lovingly. And was on a bit of a cathartic journey listening to music in my walks. My walks will either be meditative or with destination and purpose in mind, or sometimes I'll just go and put the headphones on and grab something to drink, either non-alcoholic or even alcoholic, and just go and walk. And that's the exercise and the therapy and the air and sunshine if it's daytime. So we had an evening walk yesterday. And there is a soundtrack that plays that I've created of music that... you know the lyrics, Whitney Houston, it's not right, but it's okay. I'm going to make it anyway. That has lifted me through so many things, and I've got a couple more. And so the revelations of my own self-esteem start coming in, and my self-worth and self-value. I'm a diamond. My previous experiences and situations in life that others would be so frightened of, I faced bravely and courageously, and no one can take that self-esteem and pride that comes from all of that away. For me to sit and not advocate for myself, I believed that I could advocate for myself face to face, person to person, but it's not working, and it's undermining. It has been undermining me. So that's the reason for the transparency and the full public disclosure of all these things, because people they don't get it. It's always colored by their own fears and their own perceptions and their own ways of treating other people who find themselves in situations that these other people judge or are fearful of. So I have encountered it all. People who have pitied me behind my back and I didn't know it, and were on campaigns and telling other people there's something wrong with him, or he must have done something wrong in order to end up in that situation. Well, every answer to every question and every truth will be told in these videos, because there is nothing to be ashamed of. I have nothing to hide. I have done nothing wrong and nothing to be ashamed of. So why wouldn't I talk about it? It's my strength and my courage. So this recent breakup is just the latest situation. And I realize that loving allowance is to allow myself to go through my process, whatever that is. Nobody has the right to dictate to me how much I can grieve, how much I can mourn, how little I can be angry, how much I should keep my mouth shut. No. My process and my journey is my journey, and I'm going to do it my way. And I'm in a much better place than I was. But everyone out there getting to see this journey and this process, this will liberate each person in their own way, where they may become stuck, say, in grieving the loss of the loved one, or grieving the loss. Oh, 3 airplanes. Nice pattern this morning. So that's the purpose for this. It's time, people. It's time, fellow humans. No one's going to come liberate you. You got to do it yourself. And that's the revelation this morning. No one's coming to help me with this. No one ever came. No one extended a hand. Everything that I have, I had to go out and either ask for or make happen in some way by showing up. So that's just the reality of being in this physical body, in the meat suit. So get over it. If you're waiting for a savior, or if you think you shouldn't have to do the work, well, you're fooling yourself. And this entitlement attitude, especially among people under 45 and down into their 20s. You're entitled? No. We were born here on this planet, but we all have to make a contribution. I'm not saying that we have to work as a slave, wage slavery, debt slavery. I'm neither a workhorse nor a show pony. Say that one over again, folks. I'm neither a workhorse nor a show pony. Which means I didn't come to the planet just to work. And I didn't come to the planet just because I may be attractive, to be something that is used by someone else to enrich themselves in some way under this current flawed system. No, 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 no. So I'm visualizing a time where there is a universal basic income that we give to each other because we don't want people living on the streets, because we care and we recognize that everyone who has the basic resources to provide to themselves, 98%, 99% are going to choose to do something with their lives that comes from their own inner purpose and their own inner reason why they came to this planet. If it's an artist, an artist. If it's an architect, it's an architect. Hell, I've said all my life, as far as partnering, I would settle with garbage men are here. Great example. I would settle with a garbage man as long as there's a smile on his face. He takes a shower and he smells clean, and he loves the hell out of me and wants and just is happy. Just wakes up happy. I wake up happy every day. It's when I make these contacts with all these other people who have so much and they don't see it, and they're in a lack of gratitude for what they do have, and they're just focused on what they think they don't have. So to have a husband, a mission partner who is in a place of gratitude and recognizes that part of gratitude is respecting everything that you have, and not just the people, but everything that you've invested your life force into. So part of my grief was I invested my life force into this other person, my ex, and the relationship that I believed I was creating with him. And yes, I'm angry about that because I did not receive what I feel is an adequate return on my investment. And because of some of the distortions in the relationship due to the long distance nature of it, it was very difficult for me to determine, well, what's really going on here? So will I do that ever again? Never say never, but probably not. So we got a 19-minute video going here, folks. I'm going to bid everybody an amazing, wonderful second day of November 2022. My hands are chilly. Avion-Marie signing off. God bless you all. I love you. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, leave a story. Please. No one has, but if you feel triggered by anything that I said and you feel motivated to leave something negative and hurtful, and I'm not just saying towards me because I can handle it. I am tough as nails, but this situation that I've been through right now has made me tough as a diamond. So, please don't leave anything. Please don't make me have to take stuff down, folks. Really. It's just, please go to your corner and know that you're loved. I love you. I love you. You are loved. I had a beautiful experience Sunday as I was leaving Midway Airport. There was this homeless man, and he had dried blood on his hands, and his face was swollen, and he was sitting there, and he asked me for a cigarette or for some money or something like that. And I sat down next to him, and I only spoke to him, and I looked him in the eyes, and I said, "Brother, do you I have a girl, a daughter, and a former girlfriend," and he was just, so defeated. I said, "Brother, I got to get up and go." And I gave him $1. And I said, "Can you look me in the eyes?" And he did. And I could see the sorrow in his eyes. I said, "I've been where you are, not as far down as you are. I've lived on the street. I want you to know that you are loved." And his eyes kind of came together. I said, "You are loved." And it surprised him, because here's this white man telling this black man that he is loved. And I love everyone, regardless. There's only one race, human race, folks. So I looked at him and I said, can we share a hug? And he leaned in, and I gave him a hug. And I even kissed him on the cheek. And he was so surprised there was no reaction. There were people around who just could not understand what was going on. That is what people need. Human, an extension of yourself. Do it safely. But I walked away from that moment, and I felt as strong as the diamond that I am, that I know I am. Coal under pressure becomes a diamond, folks. So when you feel the pressure in your life, just know and understand you are becoming a diamond. And I'm a pink diamond, iridescent, sparkling plasma diamond, impenetrable by the negative Satan dark forces. All that flows into me is love, and all that I exude out is everything that's not needed anymore within me. I release and let go of everything that is not serving me or the higher good of myself and the rest of humanity. You are a diamond. I love you. Have an awesome day.